President Donald Trump took to Twitter Monday morning amid rising outcry over his administration's zero-tolerance policy from both sides of the aisle to blame Democrats. Trump has repeatedly falsely blamed Democrats for the policy of separating migrant children from their parents at the border that his administration is enforcing. U.S. immigration law does not require families to be split up at the border. Attorney Jeff Sessions announced the policy in May as a deterrence measure, saying, "If you don't like that, then don't smuggle children over our border." Almost 2,000 children have been separated from their families at the border over 6 weeks under the policy, according to government data the AP obtained. On Monday, Trump began commenting with a repeated call for Democrats to get involved in legislative action to improve immigration policy and protect U.S. citizens from gangs and thugs. He then called Germany's immigration policy into question as an example of open borders contributing to rising crime. Trump then cited the part of U.S. immigration policy that stipulates that if a child is judged to be in danger with the adult they arrive at the border with, they are taken into custody separately for their protection. About 230,000 minors have come to the U.S. unaccompanied since 2014, according to CBP data. These children are separate from ones taken from their parents when families arrive at the U.S. border. In 2017, the majority of these unaccompanied children were between 15 to 18 years old, and 94% were referred to the Refugee Resettlement Office after fleeing violence in Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador, a violent streak Trump cites as a reason these immigrants could be a threat. Finally, Trump summed up his call for legislative action. Trump also commented on the policy in front of a White House press gaggle last week, calling for immigration measures he's been talking about since his 2016 campaign. "I hate to see separation of parents and children," Trump said. "The Democrats can come to us as they actually are. In all fairness, we are talking to them, and they can change the whole border security. We need a wall. We need border security. We've got to get rid of catch and release." The Washington Post reported on Friday that Trump sees the policy as leverage to help him achieve his other immigration policy wishes, including tighter security and his promised border wall. Former First Lady Laura Bush condemned the policy in a rare op-ed over the weekend. YouTube. The policy has drawn ire from both sides of the aisle, dominating the conversation on lawmakers' on-air appearances over the weekend. Several Democratic lawmakers visited a New Jersey detention center in honor of Father's Day to protest the policy that separates children from their families and meet with fathers who had their children taken from them after crossing the border. Other Trump officials have lamented over the policy. Counselor to the president Kellyanne Conway said Sunday that nobody likes the policy, but instead of ending it, Trump is ready to get meaningful immigration reform across the board. Former First Lady Barbara Bush condemned the policy in a rare op-ed Sunday. "I live in a border state," Bush wrote. "I appreciate the need to enforce and protect our international boundaries, but this zero-tolerance policy is cruel. It is immoral. And it breaks my heart." Republican Sen. Lindsey Graham called on Trump last week to use his executive authority to end the policy, underlining that no legislative action is needed. President Trump could stop this policy with a phone call, Graham said on CNN Friday. "I'll go tell him. If you don't like families being separated, you can tell DHS, stop doing it.